Well, good morning, my friends. As you can tell by the start of this vlog, we are doing a little television and movie history today. Daze with Jordan the Lion begins literally right now and right here. That's right, my friends. You can tell by the sunglasses I'm wearing today that we are doing a special Patreon sunglass vlog for Don Hendrickson. One of my favorite things about living in this town, being in Los Angeles, is the history of it all. And you can see behind me that there is a current production being filmed here. We're at what's now CBS Studios, CBS Radford, some people refer to it, but it has a great history. It goes all the way back to one of the comedy masterminds of Hollywood, MACK Sennett. This, in 1928, opened up as the new MACK Sennett Studios. And the great history of this studio is vast, so once I talk about a little bit of the studio history, I've shown you that around the area once before they have a lot of these plaques for different things that were filmed here. I'm gonna show you all the ones today we haven't seen in the past. So the reason they now call it CBS Radford sometimes is because it's on Ventura and Radford. I believe the official name for this place now is CBS Studio Center, but in 1928, MACK Sennett had made his name basically starting as an actor in New York and then coming out here where the movie industry was booming, and he brought along Mabel Normand eventually, and she became the big superstar for his studio. He ended up having Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, W.C. Fields, Fatty Arbuckle, Gloria Swanson, Wallace Beery, the Keystone Cops. He would be known for all of these, building that all up on Glendale. So if you, on Glendale Boulevard over there, if you want to see that vlog, I actually vlogged it and I'll link it right here. You can also look up MACK Sennett Studios and you'll find it. He moved the whole operation out here, but within 5 years, he ended up filing for bankruptcy and had to end up selling off the studio, and it became Mascot Pictures. Now, Mascot ran it for just a couple of years and then merged with someone, and it became Republic Pictures. And then this became Republic Studios in 1935. And Republic had a lot of really cool stuff that was done here. In fact, right at the base of where I'm standing, you can see that this is for a Hollywood theme song, and it's a MACK Sennett production right there, 1930, one of the early productions that would have been done here. Now, Republic Pictures was cool because this was a B-movie facility. They were making Roy Rogers, Gene Autry, John Wayne. A lot of those early Western movies were made out here. They even eventually filmed the early seasons of Leave It to Beaver out here. And then they also filmed The Big Valley and The Rifleman out here. So a lot of your favorite Westerns that you probably watch on MeTV or grew up watching, they were probably filmed right here at what was then Republic Studios. So in 1963, CBS became the primary tenant here and ended up changing the studio name to CBS Studios. And they used to film Gunsmoke here at the time, My Three Sons, and Gilligan's Island. And they built that whole big lagoon for Gilligan's Island here on the lot. And that was here from the time that Gilligan's Island started until the 90s, when they ended up turning it into a parking lot, unfortunately. Now they film tons and tons of things here. You actually can see straight ahead, you can see the sign for Last Man Standing. They filmed that right in that studio over there. They also film, or did film, Seinfeld here. So they had all those New York streets and everything that you would see on the Seinfeld TV show. Those were all located here on the lot. But also in 1970, MTM, that's why I started the vlog with Mary Tyler Moore's little plaque. MTM came here, and Mary Tyler Moore show was filmed here, and then all the spin-offs, the Lou Grant show, Phyllis, Rhoda, all that stuff was done here, and they really took over the facility from 1970 on for quite a few years. Of course, Mary Tyler Moore really got into producing television shows, and all of those shows were filmed here as well. So as I mentioned, we went over a little bit of the studio's history. It's still an operating studio, and independent productions can rent out office spaces, and they have, what, 230 something dressing rooms and office spaces here. But they also have all these plaques for various shows that were filmed here, so we'll take a look at some of those. The ones that we're passing are ones that I've shown in the previous video that I linked, and we'll also link at the end of this video. Okay, we're up on Ventura Boulevard. I'm gonna show you, point out which sections I've already vlogged and what we're gonna vlog today. So the studios are located right over there. We have already vlogged everything down this street, up to the corner up here on CBS, and this little forked off street, we vlogged all of that. So we're gonna go over to where CBS is, and we're gonna start right there on that corner. The exact location will be Laurel Canyon and Ventura Boulevard intersection. See right here, just on my walk over, I found Gunsmoke. So we're gonna start over here at this CVS. We're gonna work our way down this side of the street and then turn and come back up this side and then go down Laurel Canyon that way on that side of the street. We've already hit this side before. This one is for the Ellery Queen series. This is actually kind of a cool street anyway, so it'll be fun to walk around and show you. Gangs of New York, Charles Bickford. And this one's Calling All Marines, starring Red Berry. Here's Dark Command, starring John Wayne and Walter Pidgeon. And you'll see a lot of Republic pictures out here because I mentioned those were serials and B movies. What that means is that those were lower priced. They spent less making those kind of movies and they would finish them quicker, so they were able to kind of do a lot more in less time with those kind of movies. The Adventures of Captain Marvel. And I like this old bookstore. It's an old Studio City theater, you can see. They repurposed into a bookstore. Look at that, isn't that great? I love those old ticket booths. Yeah, this is great. Heck of an idea for a bookstore, that's for sure. But it's, you know, only open for curbside pickup. Take a look at the floor. I just noticed that as well. Isn't that great? Nice selection. Nice window displays. Here we have one called Moonlight Masquerade and the John Paul Revere Show. I've never heard of that one. Should've. John Wayne, Susan Hayward, fighting Seabees. Oh, cool! The Red Ryder series. You know that from, well, you might have actually watched it, but I know it from A Christmas Story references. But Alan Rocky Lane was the voice of Mr. Ed. That's what he was known for before being the voice of Mr. Ed. As you can see, not many cars, not many people. The Son of Zorro. One of the things I like about coming out here and reading these is it kind of gives you ideas of things to watch if you've never heard of them before. Like this one, The Wake of the Red Witch. Say that 5 times fast. Are you saying it right now? Under Mexicali Stars. Did you ever in your life think that we'd have social distancing footprints to let us know where we can stand outside? Oh, that's gotta be a classic. Zombies of the Stratosphere. Count me in. Then the great Ray Milland. I know him from The Mask of the Red Death, but meet Mr. McNutley. I don't know anything about Studio 57. It doesn't even say who's in it. It says it's a review, so probably an ensemble. That place is called Top Drawer Tool for Nomads. Nomadic Living Store. Interesting. Here's one for Rex Allen's Frontier Doctor. Richard Diamond, Private Detective. I've never even heard of that one. Oh, starring David Jansen, The Fugitive. Some of the more well-known shows and things that you probably recognize we did on the first half. So far, I'm noticing that. Ooh, a little story out of Tombstone, some Johnny Ringo. No mention of Bub. Oh, this is one we all recognize. The Big Valley. I'm going to show you a new coffee shop that opened over here that's kind of funny. Well, here's a tattoo parlor that says they accept walk-ins. Get it? Walk-ins. It's kind of funny to look in this tattoo parlor's famous photos. You can see right here on the left is Steven Adler after a tattoo, and on the right is Pete Rose. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. The Good Guys, Bob Denver, aka Gilligan. See, there's one of the classic shows that Mary Tyler Moore produced, The Bob Newhart Show. Starring Bob Newhart, Suzanne, Pleshette, Tom Poston. That was a classic. And then Art's Delicatessen is completely closed during all of this, unfortunately. Well, no, it looks like they're open for takeout, but they're closed right now. And right in front of Art's Delicatessen is the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Or one of them. And a really cool front. And this is a record store. Kind of cool, they got a Randy Rhoads guitar hanging there. And Weezer Troublemaker Tour. The Replacements. And Randy Moss cereal. Moss Magic Crunch. Here's the new coffee shop I wanted to show you. Jeff Ross's Roastmasters. Not the best coffee. You might know him as the Roastmaster General. Really nice guy. I've met him many times. He's a really, really, really nice guy. Funny that he would open his own coffee shop. Kind of bummer too, because they're not open, so they're not making any money. But look at this. Beware of Jeff Ross. And right in front of Jeff Ross's coffee shop is the Muppet movie. I'm pretty sure this was a coffee shop and comedy club, as you can tell. It says comedy gallery, but you never know if that's photos or what, but I'm sure he turned this into a performance space as well. Remington Steele, Pierce Brosnan. I believe that's one of the reasons they wanted him as James Bond, from his performance in that. And then we have A Different World. That was a good show. I used to watch that. Jasmine Guy. Capitol News, Lloyd Bridges. You can see Father of the Bride. Steve Martin and Diane Keaton was filmed there as well. How many of you remember this great show, Grace Under Fire? I never missed Grace Under Fire. That was awesome. And of course, Jeff Foxworthy. I don't know this one at all. Stephen Bochco series? Don't know that one. Don't remember it. Look at the chairs in here. Sit on a hand. And as you can tell, right here in front of Bedfellows is Two Guys and a Girl. Eddie Murphy, Nutty Professor 2. Here's the Bernie Mac show. This very well could have been the first picture that he filmed here, because he moved in May of 1928, and you can see this was Carol Lombard from Mack Sennett Studios in 1928, Campus Carmen. And this was also one of the early ones here, the Chumps. Marjorie Beebe and Franklin Pangborn. Recognize those names? This is a really famous one. W.C. Fields, the dentist. I like that one a lot. You can get that on collections pretty frequently. So this definitely would have happened right around the Mascot years. Early John Wayne and Noah Beery picture. And the Tumblin' Tumbleweeds, Gene Autry and Smiley Burnette. Dick Tracy. Man from Music Mountain, Gene Autry. John Wayne in The New Frontier. And The Trail of Kit Carson is also an Alan Rocky Lane Voice of Mr. Ed picture. Oh, first mention of Don Amici. Something a lot more recent, Robin Big, Rob Dyrdek. So it appears the walk stops once you hit Rhodes, so we're gonna cross the street over here and hit that side. Bullfighter and the Lady, starring Robert Stack. Good name. Oh, that's interesting. It says Pepsi Cola Playhouse. You can see up here in the top, and then the names associated, Polly Bergen. Interesting. My very first introduction to who Alfred Hitchcock was this show on Nick at Night. Kind of a cool mural to the Valley Village where we're at, known as The Village. See, I wasn't lying. Leave It to Beaver did start over there. Rawhide! Introducing Clint Eastwood. Or as Lemmy Kilmister used to say when they asked him if you could have a celebrity play you in a movie, who would it be? He said, that cowboy guy, East Clintwood. The Professor and Mary Ann. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Wild Wild West filmed out here. Oh, and the Doris Day Classic with 6 You Get Egg Roll. That's a great movie also, Dustin Hoffman and Little Big Man. I don't know the show or the actors, but what a name. Dak Rambo. Oh, The White Shadow. Don Hendricks, I hope this is taking you back in time looking at all these. Ah, Newhart. Oh, I always forget about Evening Shade. That was a big show at the time. Now, this is not the TV show, this is the movie, The Addams Family. One of my favorites that we just vlogged not too long ago. Gary Shandling and The Larry Sanders Show. And of course, Father of the Bride 2. Here we have Scream 3. Will and Grace at one time. Oh yeah, when they decided to give Emeril, a chef, his own sitcom. Oh wow, look at that. I Surrender Dear. MACK SENNETT production, 1931, starring Bing Crosby. Wow, I didn't realize he was there. See on this one, the fighting with Kit Carson, you can see at the bottom it says Mascot Films on this one. Another Gene Autry picture, Get Along Little Doggies. Here's a John Wayne picture, Lady from Louisiana with Ona Munson. I believe she was involved with Charlie Chaplin. I haven't been showing all of them, I've been showing a lot of them, but some along the way are just duplicates from series and serials that we've already seen. Oh, that's a good one, Angel and the Bad Man. The Adventures of Frank and Jesse James, starring Clayton Moore, the Lone Ranger. Lots and lots of John Wayne made over there at those studios. Rio Grande. That one was with Maureen O'Hara, and she's never had really anything negative to say about John Wayne. Whenever you see her talk about him or ask about him, she had nothing but glowing things to say about what a great guy he was. Commando Cody. This one is General Electric Theater, hosted by Ronald Reagan. All right, we've made it back up to this corner. Now we're gonna make a left and see if there's any over here, which I can already see there is. Over here we have the Maverick Queen, M Squad with Lee Marvin. This one is the David Niven Show, starring David Niven, of course. This one is The Family Affair, starring Brian Keith. The April Fools, starring Jack Lemmon and Catherine Deneuve. Pretty crazy to think about, almost 90 plus years, almost 100 years of filming there. There we found Rhoda, kind of like I started. And I think this little patch right here is the last of them. Hill Street Blues. A Stranger Things Ouija board. And we'll end it over here at the very last one, St. Elsewhere, in front of the Los Angeles River entrance. Well, my friends, I hope you all enjoyed that vlog. I hope that took you back in time and reminded you some things during all this lockdown that you might want to go watch now. Have a great night, and Don Hendricks, I hope you enjoyed your Patreon Sunglass vlog. See you all next time. Goodbye.